Wrestling Observer is reporting that attorneys for CM Punk sent WWE a 22-page letter. Not a lawsuit now. No lawsuit has been filed of any type. It's just a letter concerning royalties and WWE's use of his likeliness. Now, if you guys recall, like right around the time when the WWE Network had launched, and even after the fact, it's something that's still continuing to be asked to WWE superstars, which is, what's going on with the WWE Network? How are you getting paid? Are you getting paid at all? And, you know, you got a lot of the reports that's coming out where some of the wrestlers are saying, I'm not getting any money from that, so I'm not really sure. And CM Punk was one of those guys that was very curious how the WWE Network was going to operate as far as paying superstars. And I would think that that definitely is going to be a issue. And look, WWE, they have taken action. Looks like WWE has removed practically all of his merchandise on his alumni page, which is at wweshop.com. There's only a couple of items that remain, some wrist sleeves and all that. Lowest price, highest price that's out there on their website right now is $2.99. Those of you that are looking for CM Punk items, you may have luck on eBay at this point. Good luck to you, but it is really looking as though CM Punk at this point, he is really trying to put that gap out there and extend it even further between he and the WWE. Very unfortunate, you know. I'm curious what's going to happen with this WWE 2K15 video game now, because I think I'm onto something right here when I say this. Let's do the RCWR show spotlight right here, because with CM Punk sending this 22-page letter of his grievances or concerns, whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm curious, has he gotten paid for his name, likeliness being used in the next WWE video game, or was it arranged by 2K? We know that in the past, 2K, they've stepped up and they've paid for certain wrestlers' appearances in promoting the game, such as the late Ultimate Warrior, the Icon Sting. So was possibly an arrangement made with CM Punk once he left the WWE, and the powers that be in the WWE realized the position that they were going to be in as far as his name and likeliness goes? What happened? You know, and CM Punk, he's such a private man. He wants to be left alone. He doesn't, want people asking him personal questions about his personal life and all that, right down to the point that CM Punk is like blocking people on Twitter that retweet or comment of the leaked photos that came out of his wedding between he and AJ Lee. Well, excuse the fuck out of the fans for wanting to celebrate in such a magical and important moment for you in your life. It's just really very jaded how this guy and it amazes me how people just continue to chant for this man. They continue to go to these WWE live events. They continue to chant his name every chance that they get, yet he's not kicking back wherever he is and saying, oh, I miss you guys too. He's not doing any videos for like 3-5 minutes thanking you all, or at least being a man, being a professional, and telling you, the wrestling fans, that it's time for you guys to wake up. It's time for y'all to face reality that he's unfortunately not coming back to wrestling. He's not coming back to the WWE, and that you all need to move on. That he, from the bottom of his heart, thanks you all for supporting him all these years, because he would not be where he is right now if it wasn't for you all. He's not doing any of that. I don't know if that's because the man is burned out and he is just in a position right now where he's like, I don't want to talk wrestling, I don't want to think wrestling, I don't want to look, I don't want to breathe it, I don't want to hear it, just I don't know if it's one of those type of deals or what. But I tell you this, he is just really, really coming off. And you're talking to somebody here that's been a CM Punk fan for many, many years. I've been a CM Punk fan since his days in Ring of Honor to when he first came to the WWE and he was doing his thing down in FCW. I remember his debut on ECW. I've been a fan of this man's work for a good minute now. A lot of years. So do not get it twisted. If you check out our live web shows every single Monday night, you all probably can't see it in the background, but now that I'm pointing it out to you, you'll be able to see it next time. I have a really cool CM Punk 3D card that's attached to a picture hanging on my wall of Ultimate Warrior. So I have a lot of respect for the guy. I fuck with CM Punk, all right? But this shit that he's doing, the way he's operating, is just so fucked up. To kind of follow up on what I said Monday night, when you watch the CM Punk Best in the World DVD, I can't make change sitting on my ass, blah, blah, blah. It just really makes him come off like such a hypocrite. Such a hypocrite. And then, you just think about him say, I want change, blah, 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 blah. I want to help elevate the talent. I want to help take the company to new heights, blah, this, blah, that. When really, this is a very good observation I made Monday night. I got to stress this again. You guys want to call bullshit, to each its own, but I challenge you to go back and look at his time from the pipe bomb to when he re-signed with the WWE all the way up to his exit. All right? Look at that key period. It didn't really come off as if CM Punk was in this position where he was helping elevate the other talent that was around him. To kind of go back to the WWF Attitude Era days. That's the thing that I love beautifully about the WWF Attitude Era, boys and girls, is that with the WWF Attitude Era, you had so many wrestlers that were challenging each other. You had so many people that were just going, did you see what Dwayne Rock Johnson did out there? My God, we got to go follow that. We got to follow that up. We got to bring our A game. And everybody was just in their own way elevating each other. It was like, okay, I put that out there. See if you can top that. Everybody were challenging each other every single week, and the roster was just elevating overall. You had, to kind of follow up on an episode of the Monday Night War from last week that was talking about the rise of the Generation X and all that. I mean, a really good example is look at what was going on with the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg, Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn. They were so good that, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, they went to them early on and said, we want you guys to join DX. We think you guys are on point. But then Hunter and them, they kind of realized that the guys were just so good on their own that they didn't need the rub off at that point just yet, because they were just doing their thing beautifully. But eventually we did see them come around when pretty much Triple H had took over DX. I think the timing of that was very good, because originally when you still had it be Triple H and Shawn Michaels, China was okay, but if you're just thinking about like mouthpieces, the charisma, all you needed was Triple H and Shawn. That was it. Rick Rude didn't really do anything. Rest his soul, he didn't really do anything in there. All right? China, hey, China's a one of a kind. Always had a crush on China. But, I just kind of look at that little situation, and I look at how the Attitude Era was overall, and then I just compare it to CM Punk and his whole, I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go home. I'm tired of this. I don't like what's happening with the WWE. He gets pushes. He gets involved in great main event spots. He became the longest reigning WWE champion recently, like within the past couple of decades. Something that's probably not going to happen ever again for quite some time. He got to headline a pay-per-view with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All this great stuff that's going on. And then, he finds himself to be in this position where he kind of has to take a little bit of a backseat just temporarily, and rather than say to himself, well, you know what, I'm going to be here in the long haul. The company is going to continue to be on my back and John Cena's back. So these guys that's coming in, they're temporarily. We're here forever. We do our cards right. We're actually going to be helping book the shows. We're going to be calling the matches. We're going to be scouting the talent. You know, if we want to continue to be with WWE after our in-ring careers are over, we're surely locked in for a job here. Rather than have that mentality, he just takes his ball and he goes home, and he hasn't acknowledged the wrestling fans. Some people feel he shouldn't, but I tell you what, man, all this little petty shit with him telling people I'm going to ban you if I see a retweet, or if you ask me about my wedding, or if you ask me a question about my personal life with AJ Lee. Hell, I heard one person had got banned just for asking CM Punk how was the married life going. So I just, I tell you, man, you know, I didn't mean to get off on that rant, but I mean, I'm looking at what's going on here with the way CM Punk is operating, and now he's basically sending these letters to the WWE concerning back royalties and utilizing his name and likeliness. I've got to be concerned about that WWE 2K15 video game now, because depending on how hardcore this guy is trying to go, folks, that video game may not be released next month. There could be a serious delay if CM Punk does not get the right amount of money. I'm telling you all that are gamers, you all better keep your fingers crossed, and you all better pray that that 2K15 video game is not involved in those documents, because if it is, whoo, daddy, it is going to be bad for everybody. You want to talk about being one of the most hated men in the sport of gaming and wrestling and all things sports entertainment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, CM Punk is definitely going to be a very hated man.